Hey, what's up everybody, my name is SaltyPlayer20 and today I'm going to give you a review of MotoGP20 and share my thoughts about the game. So the game has been out for just over a week now and I've played it quite a bit over the past week. I am now already a Moto3 champion in the career mode and I've played a bit of time trial on the Moto2 and MotoGP bikes. So what do I think of the game? I think the graphics of the bikes are looking amazing and better than MotoGP19. The handling of the bikes seem to be improved, but I'll talk about that later on. One thing that I have noticed, and not in a particularly positive way, is the AI. For example, when you're braking into a corner, they all brake way too early, but then come flying past you at corner entry or in the middle of the corner. I don't know if that has to do with how difficult you set the AI level, because I consider myself an average gamer. So I set the difficulty level to a manageable level, so I have a chance, but I don't win every race while being 1 minute ahead. The most common thing that happens with me is when I'm riding on a large straight and I'm in someone's slipstream, but because they brake way too early, I slam into them and we both crash. So the AI for me is pretty annoying right now. Then there's the handling of the bikes from the different classes. I'm going to start off with the Moto3. I think the handling of the Moto3 bikes is pretty good. The only thing that I think of it is that it feels slow, and I know they're the slowest of the three classes, but in the older games they at least felt a little fast. Then there's the Moto2 bikes. The bikes are now more lively, but I think the sound is not so good as the real deal. The bikes move a lot more under you, and when you accelerate the bike it tends to wheelie a little bit. Also when you brake, the bike tends to lift up the back wheel quite a bit. It's strange when you ride it for the first time, but you can learn to manage it over time. Then there's the MotoGP bikes. The MotoGP bikes sound good to me and are also a lot more lively when riding them than in the previous game. They slide much more than before, but with these bikes the back wheel also tends to come up quite a lot on huge braking points, like we sometimes see on the television. Then there's the Moto e-bikes. Ha! Psych! There's no Moto e-bikes in MotoGP20 yet. You also have the historical challenges, but I don't play these, so I can't really give my thoughts on those bikes. Then there's the stuff I do play every year, and that's the career mode. The career mode has been changed again, and it's now a managerial kind of thing, where you have to manage your money, search contracts, and hire staff to get more research points that you can invest in your bike. But to bring all this together, I think it's a solid game overall. That's a step up from last year's game, but it could use an update here or there on some things. But to add to this, I think the COVID-19 virus spoiled the party a bit, because firstly, the rider images are now the helmets of the riders, whereas I think they would have taken the 3D models of the riders in the first couple of races and added them into the game. Secondly, I think the Moto e-bikes would also be put in the game after their first test or something, so that they could have gotten the images of the bikes and the riders. It's hard to think that they wouldn't add the Moto e-riders and bikes to the game, seeing it's an official MotoGP championship. And by the way, this also counts for the MotoGP Red Bull Rookies Cup. So I think we have to give this some more time, and with the COVID-19 situation going on, they already cancelled some races, including Essen, which is the one I visit every year. So I'm a bit sad, but I think it's the right decision right now, and I hope we can still see some races in the second half of 2020. Right now, I think they're aiming at the beginning of July to race without fans and minimal paddock activity from the teams. So I know, yes, racing without fans may not be ideal and not be the thing we want, but the most important thing is that we will see some races again, and I'm very happy for that. So right now we just have to be patient, stay safe, and watch the MotoGP virtual races, which I think are hilarious. The next one is now Sunday, May the 3rd, featuring all 3 MotoGP classes, so I'm looking forward to seeing the virtual GP weekend, and I hope for a fun show for the fans. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.